What's good? What's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast coming to you via the YouTube airways. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sap. And today, man, we got a real special show for you guys today. We got a guy pulling up to the podcast fresh from a national championship game with the Washington Huskies. But before we get off in this video, do me a favor. Please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. And if this is your first time coming across the platform and you're new to my channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, post your comments, share the video out. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. So without further ado, man, we're going to get right off into it. Well, the national championship game in college football came down to the wire between the Washington Huskies and the Michigan Wolverines. And today we got a special guest that's going to brace the presence of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. But before we get off into that, man, I want to roll the tape so y'all know who I'm talking about.
Well, the first one was third and long. Sam was the quarterback. Placed the ball on the outside. Made a great catch, toe tap.
Who'd you pick?
Sam Hewitt.
Okay.
And then the next one, deep ball, deep post, back in the end zone. I think Mike threw that one. I just had over the top, had to get to the receiver's top shoulder, and I just made a great play on the ball.
Now we both cornerback.
I graduated high school. I got a call from Coach Harris saying that he's going to offer me with a scholarship, stuff like that. So,
had you been talking to him much before that?
just a little bit. My sophomore year, it was a little off and on, and then I got hurt. And then COVID, so just wasn't really talking to nobody. And then that spring, they said they had one spot left, and sent them my film and stuff like that. Went to a camp in Redlands, and they liked what they saw, and they offered me.
Were you starting to make plans for that next school year, going to college somewhere else, or playing football?
Shoot, man, I was getting ready to go to a JC, and just weighing all my options. Didn't really know either JC or walk on somewhere, but I'm happy I got that call from Coach Harris.
What's JC?
Cerritos College.
So, man, without further ado, man, let's bring in my special guest today from the Washington Huskies, cornerback number 6, Davon Banks. Man, welcome to the show, Davon.
Thanks for having me, man. Thank you.
Man, appreciate you pulling up, man. So we got a lot to unpack, man. We're going to get right off into it, man. So I know you're from California. You're from San Jacinto, right?
Yeah, San Jacinto. Yep.
Yeah, and you went to high school there as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so in high school, man, actually you played cornerback, safety, wide receiver, and a kick returner
Yes,
for
sir.
3 years on varsity, man. And actually, for people that don't know, outside of you playing football, actually you was a track star as well. Is that right?
Yes, sir. I used to run track as well.
Okay, so your high school days, man, I know they was kind of cut short, man. I know you suffered an injury. You tore your MCL, and then the COVID hit. Walk us through how that played out in your high school days.
Okay, so I believe my junior year, second game of the year, I tore my meniscus, so I was out for the remainder of the year, and then got cleared in March-ish. Then COVID hit. I was out playing 7-on-7, and ended up tearing my knee again.
Man.
So tore it the same way. So had to get another surgery. But COVID low-key saved me, so kind of blessed for that. Didn't have really a lot of film, so a lot of coaches wasn't really reaching out and stuff like that. And a lot of schools didn't have enough spots and enough money. So spring came around of my senior year, uh, I had a couple schools looking at me, but they still didn't know yet. End up balling out, played 5 games, and then still didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was looking into a JUCO, Cerritos college. I was like enrolled basically,
Wow.
and Coach Harris, my ODB coach, he contacted me and he told me that he wanted me to come out to a Redlands camp, and the Redlands camp is June like 8th, and that's 2 days before I graduate high school.
Wow.
So I do the camp, I ball out. They tell me they're gonna call me. So 2 days go by, nothing. So I graduate the next day, probably at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Uh, Coach Lake, Coach Harris, and my high school coach and my dad was all on the call, and he had told me that I had got an offer, and I was running around the house. I can't lie, like it was just so crazy, like just thinking going to might be going to a JC, enrolling to a JC now. I'm going to a Power 5 college
Man,
like
that's
Washington.
impressive.
It was just really
That's
crazy.
impressive. That's impressive. And the thing about it is, like you said, you had minimum film in high school, and to go to a camp and to ball out the way you did to get noticed. But like I've said, man, it's a lot of cats that come out of California. It's this thing that we say about them California cats. Y'all got that dog in y'all.
Yes,
So
sir.
when you have that dog in you and you go out there and let it all hang out on the football field, it's gonna pan out. And the thing about you, from the things that I've seen, like, you not only hitting somebody, you got elite speed too. And that goes back to your track days in high school. But to get that call from Washington, how did that make you feel?
Man, I was just blessed. Like Washington, like that's a lot of people's dream school. Like Power 5, Pac-12. Like everybody in the West Coast want to go Pac-12.
Yes.
So it's either UCLA, USC, Oregon, or Washington. That's like the top schools in the Pac-12. So just getting that call was just really crazy to me.
And the crazy thing is, that was in 2021 when you got that call. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yep. I
So-
signed my letter of intent June 21st of 2021. It was
Man,
crazy.
that's impressive, man. But when you went there, now they already had a deep secondary. Now, y'all had 2 star players that you already had in Trent McDuffie and Kyler Gordon. Now, we all know who Trent McDuffie is. He's a lockdown quarter for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he went first round for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's going to back-to-back Super Bowls. Also, Kyler Gordon, he went in the second round to the Chicago Bears. Now, coming in as a young guy and you seeing them guys on the practice field and even in film study, what did you learn from them guys?
Man, I learned a lot. I remember like first coming in, like I didn't even have to ask them nothing. They had came to me. Also, Buki as well. All the older guys, like they always, not even me, just they came to all the younger guys and it was helping us out. Cause it's a big transition coming from high school to college, especially trying to learn the defense, and you still going to school and you still trying to manage. Like it's a lot. So just them being there, not only for football but in life, it really helped a lot.
Man, that's great, man. So, like they said, the best thing in life, is experience to, help teach, to groom you to where you need to go. And the thing about that is, man, it's real impressive, man. That's fast forward to 2023, the start of this year's season. Now, Washington Huskies is already on the map. You know what I'm saying? Y'all's first game against Boise State. I watched that game. I think you had like 4 tackles, 2 pass breakups. And after that game, I remember like, man, Banks is all over the field, man. It's like when you got your opportunity and then that next week against Tulsa, you got hurt. I didn't realize that. And I was like, man, I haven't seen Banks on the field, but it came to my, knowledge that you hurt your shoulder or your chest and you was out for the season. Walk us through that.
Yeah, so I had hurt my shoulder the second week, against Tulsa. You know, I felt a little pop in it. Went down, got it checked out. They let me know what the injury was and stuff, and told me that I'm gonna have to need surgery. So I took that. Had to get the surgery, got it early, so I can be ready and be back for spring ball this year.
Man, that's good, man. I'm glad that everything worked out. Now, Washington Huskies, man, y'all had the national football, college football on the buzz, man. Michael Penix, man. Tell me about the experience playing with Michael Penix.
Man, he's just a fact like stuff he's doing in practice, like or the stuff y'all seen in the game, like I've been seeing in practice. Like we just looking at it like dang, bro. Like it's just crazy some of the throws he's making and how calm he is all the time. Like the person you see him on TV and on camera and stuff is exactly how he is with us. Like he's so down to earth. He's so cool. Like you can come to him about anything. You can talk to him about anything, you know. And he got that goofy side to him too, you know. He
Yeah.
be turning up in the locker room, rapping, dancing, doing all that. So he's a great leader, man.
So with him, putting himself in the Heisman contention, was it a lot of media frenzy around y'all's locker room and everything that y'all did, like practice before games? Was it a lot of media attention?
Yeah, it was a lot of media attention, but I just felt like we already knew what like he should have been that last year.
Yes.
So we already knew what we was expecting coming into the season. So we already knew what was gonna happen. So we just kept our head down, kept working.
Man, that's great. So in practice, now y'all got a star receiver, man, Jalen Pope, man. So in practice, right? So did you ever get a chance to go up against Pope? I mean, what was it like going up against Pope?
Man, it was he had his days, I had my days, but it was great. I loved going against all the receivers, like not even just JP, lining up in the slot guarding Jalen McMillan, Giles Jackson,
Yeah.
Ron, everybody, Jeremy. Like it was just it was crazy. I practiced, just iron sharpens iron, and it showed on the field on Saturdays.
Yeah, that's that terminology, man. So in practice, it was competitive. Y'all was going out there
Of course.
competing. Y'all wanted to take each other's heads off because I
Man.
know from the footage I've seen of you and your style of play, you got to smell for the football. And like I said, you not only hitting somebody. See, today's cornerback position, they always think of somebody a lockdown corner where nobody throws the ball on them. But you yourself, when the ball is your way, you're going to lay the wood. I've seen some of you on special teams, on the kickoff recovery. You laying wood on people. Like, where do you get that tenacity from? Was that instilled from you, from your upbringing, or is that something that you built?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give my dad the credit on that one. So
Oh,
he's been getting me right since my youth days.
yeah.
He used to always tell me if you miss a tackle or you don't make a good tackle, you're not eating tonight. So I just, I always got that playing in my head, and I just take that everywhere I go.
Yeah, so when you go out on the football field, man, what is your mentality, man? What do you want to tell people that you bring to the table when you walk on a football field?
I feel like I don't have to really say nothing. Like when I step on the field, you're gonna be like, okay, he on the field.
That's great right there. And I always say, man, I always think of you as the best kept secret because a lot of people don't know too much about you, right? But
Right.
like I said, that first game this year against Boise State, man, you made an impact on your coaches as well because I heard that you was named, like the defensive player of the week from the coaches staff, right? So
Yes,
you
sir.
put a lot of people on notice. So coming into this year, 2024, what's your expectations?
I'm gonna just do the same thing I've been doing since I've been coming in. Just keep my head down and work, and it's gonna show on the field.
Man, and that's a great thing. And another thing, man, I know that, your season didn't end the way that you wanted, coming off the national championship loss to Michigan. But in the same sense, then when Nick Saban retired from Alabama, it was like the trickle-down effect, man. And y'all's head coach, man, He walked. He took the position at Alabama, and the new coach that come in, I think, what is it, Jeff Fish?
Yep, Jeff Fish.
So what kind of rapport do you have with Jeff Fish in the coaching staff?
Jeff Fish is cool. I had a couple conversations with him. I'm still feeling him out, but he's a great dude, and he brought a lot of great coaches with him from Arizona and from other places like that. So it's been pretty good.
So when y'all's coach Kalen DeBoer decided to walk away, was it a lot of mixed feelings? How did you feel about the situation?
I did have a lot of mixed feelings, but as a group, we all like texting the group chat, and we all, decided like sometime like it's a business. Like he has to do what's right for his family, So we can't take that away from him.
So when the spring comes, y'all get back at it, man. Are you gonna be ramping it up full speed? The injury? Are you fully healthy? Are you ready to go?
Yep, I'm gonna be fully healthy, ready to go.
So right now, man, you on 10 right now. You're about to turn it up, huh?
Yes, sir.
So for the people that don't know too much about you and what you bring to the table, let people know where they can find you at, where they can follow you at, your social media handles. If you got a YouTube channel, your Twitter, let people know.
I'm on Instagram, Twitter. My Instagram is Davon6Banks, and then my Twitter is Davon_Banks5. And then I do have a life off the field, so if anybody want to play Madden, 2K, I do it all, man. I do it all.
You do it all. So you one of them Twitch streamers like Roderick said?
Yeah. I be playing Ryan sometimes, we go back and forth too.
So who gets the best of each other between you and Rod?
I'm not gonna lie, he gave me a couple times. He got me.
So let's put the connection together. You and Rod both from San Jacinto, California. Are y'all relatives?
Blood couldn't make us any closer, because, man, like the relationship we had, like he's just like a big brother to me, and he's been like that since high school, ever since I met him, and also his dad as well, and his whole family. So they just another family, another part of the family.
Man, that's some good stuff. So do y'all push each other to be great?
Oh, of course, all the time.
So let me ask you a question. So who is the most competitive on the football field, you or him?
I might have to go with me, of course.
And the crazy thing that you said that, man, I'm looking at you. Y'all basically almost got similar styles, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a smell for the football. Y'all not scared to hit nobody. And it seems like every time the ball is in the air, y'all two around the football. And that's what I tell people. When you playing cornerback and you in that secondary, you got to have a smell for that football. You got to be able to be around that football. But this year, with a lot of people jumping in the transfer portal, your opportunity is right there in front of you, man. And like a lot of people say, you just got to make the best of it. And right now, you just putting people on notice. People might not know nothing about you. Like I said, you the best kept secret, but they're going to know about you now because the tape is out there and you can't hide. You can't hide for too long. Right. So when number 6 suits up, they know what they're going to get.
Yes, sir.
So what I want you to do, man, tell all the young kids out there that's listening, that's going to look at the podcast, through what you've been through in high school, that you never gave up through the injuries, the COVID, and you still got your name out there to get an offer. What would you tell the young kids that are pursuing from high school going into college? What would you tell them?
Never give up and always be grateful for your opportunities. And if you do need help, don't ever be scared to ask for help either.
Perfect. Well, y'all heard it here first on the Simply Ball Dropping podcast with the Washington Huskies cornerback, number 6, Davon Banks. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.